We're going to have a little chat about exercise after having babies today. It's a great morning for it because I've just really embarrassed myself at the gym, having not done any exercise for ages because we've actually been too busy with this, too busy with kids stuff, too busy with all the stuff that goes with moving house.
Wasn't a little bit of an element of can't be asked?
No, it's not. Maybe. No, I love exercising, and it's been a bit of a long journey. Anyway, this morning went to a class and two things happened. One was I wet myself doing a star jump, not fully did a full wee, but pelvic floor completely gone. I mean, I could actually feel my pelvic floor. Like every Pilates instructor will talk about this elastic band. It's like an elastic band and you have to tighten the elastic band. Well, my elastic band was just going it was just non-existent this morning. And then I got cramp in my leg. I hobbled out of the class with a wet crutch. Luckily, saw my friend who's also had 3 babies on the way out and just said to her, she said, "Oh, I saw you not doing your star jumps." At the back of the class, she was laughing at me. And she said, "Why do you think I'm wearing black?" And I
thought she was going to say, "That's why I'm wearing an adult nappy."
That's why I'm wearing...
Well, this is the thing. I mean, oh God,
tell ladies.
I've had a little bit of this issue myself. We were talking about getting out of the bath and realising that you might actually be leaking from places, and
it's just horrible.
It's just rubbish. And
back to exercise.
And I haven't been doing enough pelvic floor exercises. I know that, but I also haven't been doing enough exercise full stop, because first time round, I found it easy to get back in shape. I know a lot of people don't.
You weren't even getting back in shape. You started exercising more than I've ever known you exercise after having a baby.
I was walking everywhere.
Yeah.
With my mummy group, we just walked maybe 3 times a week.
Your mummy group.
My mummy group. I had an NCT group, and we walked everywhere. We walked to every baby class. We walked from, maybe 3 miles. We'd meet up and we'd just do a walk. And I actually bounced back. It was great. This time, I don't have the time. I'm extra tired because obviously now there's 2.
Isn't it? Just crawling towards the car to put your kids in the car feels like...
I know. And but this time, this morning, I bent over to put my pants on and I caught myself in the mirror. And I'm going to try and say this without crying. But I could see I could see that, hanging over the top of my pants. And it was.
Do you know what's funny? We did a photo shoot yesterday for Hey Money, and I thought Katy looked amazing. And I was only saying to you this morning, I think they're the best shots I've seen of Katy. You looked happy. You looked skinny. You looked.
And I'm happy, but that of course that bothers me. It's going to bother anyone.
And do you know what? That is not fat.
I know
it's
where stretched skin. I know.
I can tone up. I can, get to my skinniest, tone myself up, and still that skin. I've had 3 babies. I've been out here, and I was big. My baby bump was massive, and it just doesn't go away. Your bits are ruined.
Yeah.
Your tummy's ruined. Your stretch marks don't go away, even if you use all the bio oil and Clarence oil
squashed cabbage leaf
in the world. It's it's hard, and I think getting back to exercise, Pilates helped me massively. I've got a friend who does amazing Pilates classes, and that really, really helped. Yeah. But the minute you stop, you'd think, well, I've toned up my pelvic floor now. And then this morning, there I am. I couldn't do a star jump because honestly, everything was going to fall out of me.
Yeah.
It's really difficult. And then there's the other things like the jealousy of the mums. I can doing the school run when I'd be away for 3 weeks. I'd be there with a pushchair, standing in the rain, with a baby crying to be breastfed.
Oh, and up comes gym mum.
Oh, up comes gym mum
in her spandex
outfit, looking absolutely
in her
stunning,
activewear,
with a full face of makeup on, and size 8, no saggy, the tummy thing, none of that, and just it was horrible. The feelings that I felt, and wanting to say, well, you might be down at the gym, but I do the best thing by my baby. I'm spending every minute of my day taking my baby to the farm. And
I think I've been to 3 classes since I had IB. So in 7 months, that's all I've done. So you can imagine when there's big gaps in between each class, it's kind of pointless. It's almost no point. But the first time I went back, because hot yoga is one of the only things I've actually got into and actually really liked again. Do you want to come up and say hi? And I don't like running. I don't like anything else.
It's your fault.
So I do like walking.
It's your fault.
But my point being, if I can even think straight, I haven't slept properly for a while because this one's teething. But I couldn't lift my body weight. It was the first time that I really, really felt what I had done, as in having, growing a human, and then actually having a baby. I could just, having gone from being quite fit before I had her, to suddenly couldn't do a press up. And I felt like crying in the class at the time because I felt so weak. I felt like everything had just been taken from me, and I don't, and I know it's a wonderful thing. I've got my beautiful baby, and that's wonderful. But I did feel like every little ounce of energy had been sucked from me.
Diggory had his reflux, and he just didn't sleep for 6 years.
Yeah.
I had no sleep, and I was saying to you this morning that I can remember saying to Katie had popped round, and she'd say, how was your night? And you're like, yeah, you only woke up 3 times, so that's amazing. That's the place I've got to. He was like, so many times, and I couldn't exercise. I didn't have 1 ounce of energy left to do anything for me, because every bit of energy that I had was about my 3 kids, and it was just clawing my way through the day from start to finish.
It's not just about losing any baby weight either, and I think it is really important, for mums to not feel like they've got to just go and be perfect again or be how they were before. For me, it's also about feeling energized and having the energy to run around after these guys, these snotty little guys. Should I just wipe that on my hand? That's nice, isn't it? Second baby, the kind of rules go out the window, don't they? And it's important to be healthy, and I am very conscious now of thinking I've got to think about my health for the future, because I've got kids for the future. I want to see them when they're older.
That's another thing we don't mention. I breastfed for 9 months with Rocco and 7 months with Diggs. I couldn't exercise. My boobs were so big, so full, so hurty, so leaky. Yeah. I was not running anywhere. I was definitely not doing my star jumps. I couldn't exercise while I breastfed, and it just went on and on and on. Yeah. But anyway, next week I'm going to be star jumping, and
in a week
you're going to be.
It ain't going to happen now. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try out the crash at the gym. They've got quite a cheap crash at the gym, but again, it's expense, it's everything, it's all of this, and but walking was my thing first time round, and I'd love to be able to do more of that this time, but now it's coming to winter and blah blah blah, we go on. But we're going to try, and I'd love to know any tips that you've got out there. What did you do? I remember you using Rocco as a weight, doing sit-ups.
Did I?
First time round. First child, 3 times later.
Anyway. And I think your body gives up on you. Every baby that I've had, it is harder to pull it back. Yeah. So much harder. And there are bits that you just can't pull back. They're gone forever. And
then there's the bits that you could pull back.
Anyway, we'll let you know if we're doing star jumps by next week. Yeah. And I promise to look after Ivy so Katie can get to another yoga class.